Okay, well, we're post-match here at the Saunders Transport Community Stadium. Wanderers' final pre-season game ahead of the 23-24 campaign, ending in a 2-2 draw with Farnborough this evening. Mark, get your take on the game.
Well, first of all, really appreciate Farnborough hosting us. Club on the comeback, great set of fans all singing along. Met loads of great people here, and they've assembled a great side. They'll have a good season in what's going to be a very tough division for them this year. One of the tougher Souths, I think, for a while. And a great game. You know, their pre-season games have all been close against a number of different opposition. I thought it's always difficult this time of year because the groundsman wants to have a great pitch all year, so they always keep an extra couple of inches or whatever inch on the grass, but it did play very, very slow. Same for both sides, don't get me wrong, but I thought a lot of players from both teams were under-hitting passes all over the place, which then led, ironically, to a lot of fouls. You know, there was a link in it.
Broken up the game.
Under-hitting passes, then a lot of fouls where, you know, so I thought that weren't ideal, but you totally understand this time of year why they do that. Groundsmen, we used to do the same. I think the positives are we scored a great couple of goals. Shane, 60-odd minutes. Josh Taylor, 70-odd minutes. Baz, 90 minutes, I'm going to say.
Full game barrier tonight. Yeah, which
so
was great to see.
Loads of minutes into boys. It's not been a great pre-season, Dan. I think I messed up because we went to the Tuesday, Thursday mornings and we still had midweek games. So we kind of found it hard. Obviously, the coaches can only work in the time they've got. And when we played on Tuesday night, we weren't training during the day. So having there was 2 weeks when I had just one morning session. Very difficult to build momentum. I think the players have struggled as well with that. So I think it's been fragmented at best. I think we go into the Chesterfield game, if I'm honest with you, definitely nowhere near where we'd want to be. It'd be great to have a home game, first game, against maybe an unfancied team to get ourselves moving, mate. It's definitely, definitely going to be a tough one, that. But listen, you don't, it was all right tonight. There was good football in patches, and then you got the obligatory second half where borderline all season pointless. Too many changes, both teams. I think Farnborough got some great players. I think when both teams were fully stacked, it was a really good game to watch. I thought it was a pre-season game. I'll just sum it up as that, and now the serious stuff starts, doesn't it? That's the bottom line. No one ever handed out a trophy pre-season. So
no, of course, and I know we've over the recent weeks we've talked about pre-season. That's such a difficult thing to gauge, difficult thing to get right. And you touched on it there, Mark. In terms of the approach, we've switched to mornings. Obviously, for this pre-season, we're in the hybrid mode, looking to go full time. Does that make you think for next year, maybe change things up a little bit in terms of the approach? And you mentioned there about maybe the scheduling of the fixtures, but in terms of calibre of opposition as well. Just things like that, in tandem with this new approach and new direction we're heading in.
Yeah, I agree completely. Yeah, I do agree. We have to look at a different sort of type of friendly, really. More dynamic teams, really, rather than physical, competitive. Probably would have benefited us early on to play a couple of under-23 teams and pro sides and stuff like that, really. But yeah, do you know what, mate? It just ain't been great. And there's no excuses, really. What I've said is a fundamental thing that's really not helped us. I think the players definitely play a part in their approach to it all as well. Listen, we've now got a nice breather. We'll definitely take the load off the players this week. We're not going to make them incredibly fitter in 7-8 days when you've only got 2 sessions. So the idea will be freshness, be concentrating on high intensity, low loads, and just sharpness, really. We'll have to try and build a game plan really to combat Chesterfield. I think we're going to give them a lot more respect than we normally do opposition. I just feel like, if I'm honest with you, the continuity they've kept with the signings at the back end of the season puts them in really good stead this year. I know it's easy to say, well, playoff should have won the playoffs. But I actually thought beyond that, the team building's been quite good. And I've been quite impressed with the way they know exactly what they want to do. Good setup. So basically, definitely not looking forward to next Saturday. A lot of work to do this week. But if anyone was going to find a way, it'll be the Wanderers. And I want to just say thanks to all the fans that followed us all pre-season, and looking forward to hopefully getting a maximum amount of fans in Chesterfield next week. When the real stuff begins, everything's different. We all know that, yeah? So I'm talking it down because realistically, we've not had a great pre-season. Chesterfield have, and they're very, very good title contenders. So the reality is, it's an uphill task with where we are today. So, yeah, we're going to have a sleepless few nights working out what the plan's going to be, but we'll be there to win it. We'll give it a go.
I mean, they're the season. Anything's possible. We know that, and it's it's the expectations lifted. And but under no illusions, we know it's going to be a difficult test. But fantastic support we've had throughout pre-season, as you mentioned. There, Mark, sold out coach going up to Chesterfield with us next week. Fans tonight saw 2 fantastic goals. Obviously, Aaron Kill with a superb strike from outside the box, and Pryor with a great first time finish to get us back on terms. So 2 really good finishes tonight. In terms of personnel, though, Mark, just finally looking at the week ahead. Any fresh news in that regard tonight?
Yeah,
I didn't see anybody come off with any knocks, but
no, obviously, we mixed up the teams a little bit.
Yeah,
we mixed it up a little bit. We didn't bring McManus because we want him to be a bit fresher because he's been out a long time. So McManus is going to make the squad for sure. If Niall's fit, he's not going to be left out for 16 in a million years. Obviously. Isaac Moore, Callum Kennedy, good. Yeah. But we've got a lot of boys that are okay. It just is that annoying part where you know that they haven't got match pace in them, probably at all. Some of them, not realistically. So we'll have to freshen them up, make a game plan, and then try and execute it, mate. That's the bottom line. I'm tentative. So I'm still getting annoyed about the first fixture, but it is what it is. Well, we go again. Just pack out Chesterfield, pack out the coaches.
Many supporters up there as possible, hit the ground running, the start of the season, will be fantastic. Should be a great occasion, always is opening day of the season. Mark, thanks for your time.
Cheers, mate.
We'll catch up later in the week.
Nothing's been won yet.
Nothing's been won yet, exactly.
Bye, mate.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers.